Okay. No, it seems to be working actually. Cool. Hi there. All right. So we're doing this. We're live again. Busy this week. Kind of busy. Whoa, my hair looks terrible. I need to go get it cut. Oops, that was loud. Okay, I need to check if I can hear something. Okay, audio seems to be working. Video seems to be working. Now just some people need to join here. Maybe I should broadcast this again. I have it on the other screen. Probably it's almost like spamming YouTube. Feels like spamming YouTube in the last few days. Stream is live. Oh, and I still got Keycaster on because I was recording Advent of Vim day 4 before. Okay. Hope I didn't mess up the link I'm gonna post now. Try if I can open it. Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. Then we're there, and my head is in the way of everything. So let me put this on the other screen. Go back to the browser. Okay. Like that. And then I can put me on the top right or on the bottom right. Now let's try bottom right. Okay, now I need to check if I can see the chat somehow. Yes, I can, but there's no one there. Okay, then actually I'm just gonna start. Oh, my little one in the background. Then I'm just gonna start looking for some videos to watch. Just refresh my stream here, my feed. Better days will come. It looks like deep talk. I'm not really in the mood for deep talk today, I think. Joshua Blaze, however the pronunciation is correctly, made a color scheme. Okay. A color scheme without colors, it seems like. Very monochromatic. Not that interesting for me right now. What? Oh, okay. We have to check if the sound is working here. I can't actually hear this, so I guess this is not working correctly. But why? Should be on the correct setting. Or is no sound? Is there no sound in this video? Let's check something else. Anthropic confirms software engineering is not dead. Okay, that sounds interesting. Oh, and that's the reason why we didn't hear anything. There was no volume.
Acquired by Anthropic. Yes, like I never thought I'd live to see the day a JavaScript engine being sold to an AI company, but hey, here we are. Now, I think this actually has a lot of implications, and I think one of the biggest implications, which I'm going to yap again about here shortly, has to do with this tweet right here. I believe this new model in Claude Code is a glimpse of the future we're hurtling towards. Maybe as soon as the first half of next year, software engineering is done. Yes, this acquisition of Bun makes a huge statement about this exact tweet from somebody who works on Claude Code. But first, we got to take care of business, okay? We need to know, why did Anthropic buy Bun? Why was Bun looking to be sold? And most importantly, why you should just hit the subscribe button, because
it's so funny. He has the same headphones that I have, and I have them like, I don't know, I bought them 10 or 12 years ago or something like that. I can check on the other. Oh, I can check on the other browser off screen. Oh, okay, and I will disable Keycaster, I think. Stop casting. Let's see when I bought this. AKG. Yeah, I bought them in July 2014. So almost 12 years ago. So good taste in headphones. Good taste in headphones, Prime. Yes. So okay, let's go on with this. I'm interested in what he has to say about this. I have a suspicion where this might lead. Like
guys, I'm almost to 1 million. When I cross 1 million, I never have to ask this question again. So just press like, press subscribe, get it done with, so we can all just move on. You see
that? That's so good advice. Press like, press subscribe. I want to go to 1 million too. It's still a long way to go, but I want to go to 1 million. I mean, I have the same headphones. I have to go to 1 million. Then we have so much in common.
This black? This is silver. I don't want silver. I want gold. All right, so first off, why did Bun sell? Well, it's actually pretty obvious right here. Jared is actually so shockingly open about this. People would frequently ask, how is Bun sustainable? If I bet my company's tech stack on Bun, will Bun still be around in a few years? We didn't have a great answer to this question until today. This is shockingly honest. This is not something that I think you often see on Twitter. So, hey, I'd really like to say great job, Jared, for just awesome communication there. Bun, practically since its inception, has been a VC-backed company. They raised $7 million for their seed round, and, well, they've been in search of a way to make money, and they've never really had a strong answer. Now, Dino, kind of a competitor to that, has always had Dino Deploy. And Dino Deploy, of course, they make money. You can see right here, transparent pricing, $20 for Pro, or custom for Enterprise. And so everybody just figured Bun would go down the same road, and, well, they really haven't. And so a lot of people had to ask, well, you're a VC-backed open source project. How are you going to make money? They didn't. They just were bought. And just to kind of make sure everybody understands things that won't change, Bun is going to stay MIT and open.
I'm not sure why Anthropic doesn't want to have Bun yet, but yeah, let's see. Let's see where this goes. What Prime just thinks about this.
Source. Bun will continue to be extremely actively maintained. And of course, if you ever looked at the creator of Bun's commit graph, it does look very extreme, which, by the way, do you see this little dot right here? On the 28th, there was no contributions on the 28th. Other people asked what was happening right there. And then it turns out the acquisition of Bun, 4-hour walk, probably happened on that day. The same team still works on Bun. Now, this is going to lead to me having a crash out here shortly. Don't worry, we'll get to it. Bun is still public on GitHub, and Bun's roadmap will continue to focus on high-performance JavaScript tooling, Node.js compatibility, and replacing Node.js as the default server-side runtime for JavaScript. So Bun's continuing to claim it's going to operate pretty much as usual. The only big difference they're going to make is this right here. They're going to be hiring more engineers to work on Bun to deliver features faster. Because, well,
okay, but that's a little bit contrarian to the statement they made in the tweet, right? Like, in 6 months, you don't need anyone to work on software anymore because AI can do this, right? That's probably what he means. What he goes on about with the Anthropic confirmed software engineering is not dead. I guess at least.
They got that backing from Anthropic now. But why would Anthropic want to purchase Bun? Well, I think a very simple answer is this. Bun allows Claude Code to be able to ship self-contained executables that can run on any platform easily. So I know, as much as it pains me to say this, TypeScript is not a bad option to be able to run these tools, except for, of course, on, like, say, RAM. RAM, it just loves it, just eats all of it. And so the motivation to me seems at least fairly obvious. Anthropic needs to be able to control the roadmap of Bun so that they can make sure that the tool they are building will be hopefully the best of all the CLI tools.
5 people.
And that's really because open code.
Hi, chat. Hi. I'm not alone anymore. That's great. Who's there? I can't see who's there. I'm such a noob when it comes to live streaming. I actually don't watch many live streams, and I'm still a noob technically with streaming right now. So why can't I see who's in my chat? Participants. There's only me. I can only see me. Why? That's so strange. Okay, I'm gonna try to type here. Hi there. Welcome here to this wonderful evening with me and my YouTube. Oops, I can't type. Okay, at least I see my own chat messages here. Okay. But okay, you don't have to say anything. But if you want to, it'll be great. It'll be great to get some kind of reactions here. But let's since you don't say anything. Oh, I could also be that the chat is lagging behind. But on my phone, it seems further along than on my YouTube Studio stream. It's strange. Okay, I'm new to this. Sorry for that. Let's watch further. Let's go on.
Is an incredible tool. It's growing like absolutely wild right here. And it allows you to have any of your models you want. You're not trapped on one. It is by far a very compelling choice. And it's also built with Bun. So Anthropic obviously wanted to make sure they have every single edge they can possibly get in developing.
Oh, wait. Open code is built with Bun. Yeah, that's right. And now Anthropic owns it. Oh. Ah, someone's alive here. Hi. Hi there. Hey. Welcome. Good to have you. Good to have you here.
A good CLI tool. But this is where the crash out is going to happen, okay? Because I did kind of allude to this earlier. Software engineering is done. Now, I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is. It just, for some odd reason, this irks me. It's like I feel just this like great upsetness boiling inside of me every single time I see this. Now, this has been going on since ChatGPT 3.5. When ChatGPT 3.5 came out, software engineering is done. When 4.0 came out, software engineering is done. When Claude 3.5 came out, it was done again. Grok, it was done. ChatGPT 5, we're cooked. Everything's over. 5.1, nobody really cared. Claude 3.7, yeah, no one really liked that one. Claude 4.5, oh yeah, again, it's so over. Gemini 3, it's so over. But you can tell that they don't believe what they say. And here's the simple observation why. Cool. What is the license of Bun? Well, Bun itself is MIT licensed. What does that mean? What does the president of MIT have to do with software? Well, an MIT license simply means you can do whatever you want with the code.
Yes.
I can fork Bun and have prime Bun. That's it. It can become
prime Bun. Doesn't sound right.
Mine. And there's really nothing that Jared or anyone from the Bun team can do. Now, the reality is no one's going to want to use prime Bun because everybody's working on Bun. Now, let's just...
Actually, Sam, I haven't watched your latest videos. Maybe we're gonna watch them together. That should be fun, right? You can comment on things and watch your own video if you want to. Oh, I messed up here. Something.
Just give the premise that software engineering is done. Why would Anthropic spend money to buy Bun? Why would Anthropic spend money to acqui-hire the entire Bun team?
Yeah, that's what I said a few minutes ago. Probably you will say, if Claude can do all these things, and software engineering is dead, why do they need the team for that? Right?
I thought software engineering was done. I thought within the next 3 to 6 months, again, by the way.
I don't know, since when you joined, Sam, do you see these headphones? I looked up when I bought them in 2014 in July. It was there. Guess Prime and I have something in common. Hopefully we will cross the 1 million subscribers about at the same time.
That we were going to have no more software engineering. Why didn't Claude just simply fork Bun?
Yeah, they are actually. They are like some old AKG K712 Pro. I guess that's the name of it. I actually bought them because of gaming. There's somewhere here is, yeah. There's this magnetic attachment thingy for a microphone I put there. It was called the Antlion Mod Mic, I think. So this was my very professional gaming headset. Yeah, mostly these days I also wear in-ears. I have some wired ones, and I use some. Where do I have them? Oh, I have them in my pocket. I always take them with me, like some Sony ones. I have other Apple stuff, but I don't know. I'm not really a fan of them sticking out like these white stems that stick out there.
And do all the changes itself. Well, I think Claude recognizes very well that they neither have the expertise nor the ability to make Bun significantly better by themselves. And so the best thing they can do is hire the people who run and make Bun. They are not giving in to the premise that software engineering is done in 6 months. In fact, they're doing the exact opposite. They are hiring the experts. They are expanding the team and saying, go as fast as you can and make this product better and better.
Got some issues with my sound, it seems like. I hope you still can hear everything. I mute my mic. Okay, now it seems to work. Hopefully this Rode thingy doesn't die on me here.
Even though we've been told, hey, this is all over, here they are, not living up to the words they say, but instead living up to reality. Because no matter how much you want things to be true, reality always asserts itself in the end. And simply believing you can make software engineers go away because you got a statistical word calculator does not mean it's...
I like to take a statistical word calculator. Yeah, it's a good explanation of what these things are, even though they seem like magic sometimes.
It's true. Sure, there's going to be a lot of improvements in our life, and software engineering is going to continue to keep changing over the next decade. And I would be a fool to tell you where software engineer is going to be in 10 years.
Hey, Chris. Welcome back. Great to have you here. Wow, and a few other people. I don't know. Did some of you live stream on YouTube before? There's a thing that's called participants, and I just see like Chris, myself, and Sam. Probably only the ones that really. No, or Raymond is already gone. Or Ramon, I don't know. Sorry. But I would like to see who's here without them having to write first, but great to have you here.
Let alone even in 6 months. I have no idea. I'm not out there attempting to be the Oracle of Delphi to tell you exactly what your future is going to be. I can tell you one thing. Anthropic believes it's good to have hard skills. You know how I know? Because they paid millions of dollars to get those hard skills. Stop.
You should tell that to all the people that think that they don't need to learn programming and software engineering and stuff like that anymore.
Stop listening to the news presses. Stop listening to Dario saying, hey, guess what, boys? It's all over. Everybody's cooked. And start looking at where they spend their dollars. Because that's the real story. That's what they really believe. Of course, Anthropic aren't the only one. Gary, of course, which, by the way, YC has some sort of stake in Replit, Emergent Labs, and Tascade, is out here saying that you can just over a weekend replace some sort of SaaS service.
So probably also Replit.
And the SaaS service is $30 per seat. I just want you to think about that. We're all software engineers. We've all done this. You're paying a little bit of money to some service and then you don't like it. So what do? You spend hundreds of hours replacing it, which is a little ridiculous.
Hi, Miguel. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Yeah, I'm just committing to so many things right now, like the advent of Vim series. It's like one way to produce some content. Actually, Sam said a few weeks ago in the other live stream here, asked me if I don't have any more ideas because I didn't post any new videos. And that's also one of the things that pushed me for committing to that, I guess. And yeah, and also I want to do regular live streams from now on because I don't think that it grows the channel so much, but real time feedback, it isn't real life, but real time feedback and being able to chat a little bit with people that watch my stuff and like it maybe a little bit. Yeah, seems like a good way to learn more about what I will do in the future here. Yeah, and just have a little bit of fun. Also, I don't have much time watching YouTube currently, and this is my YouTube time.
Ridiculous. You're time valuing yourself at like $1 per hour. And so when I see these things, it's just like this.
And I will be posting like, whoops, sorry, I'm having my Christmassy tea here. I will almost double my amount of videos in this month that I uploaded since the beginning of this channel. So hopefully that'll help it grow a little bit more. And hopefully it is useful, and hopefully it will also help me get a little bit less, I don't know, the barrier to making a video to lower it, because it just becomes a habit, I hope.
This constant wave of, hey, guess what? It doesn't matter. Everything you build doesn't matter.
I'm a software developer. I work in a IT consultant firm here in Germany. And currently it's mostly Java, Kotlin, Spring Boot, stuff like that, like so enterprisey software. In my day job, and also Angular frontends, like it's very popular here with enterprise people in Germany. I guess the software stack, Spring Boot, and this also like Kubernetes stuff like that. Actually, I just came out of a project and I haven't gotten a new one yet. So the next few weeks, or until I have my next project, I will be trying out some new stuff, probably learn some stuff and search for a new project. But regularly, it's been the last 2-3 years, it's been mostly Java, Kotlin, and Angular. Yeah. Unfortunately, not on NeoVim, actually. React and Next.js. I haven't tried Svelte, but I got some Vite experience in the project before, but it's already so long ago. I forgot everything about it, I guess.
Matter. What he's really saying is every single business he's ever invested in is also rubbish because you over a weekend can simply just vibe code whatever. Oh, you're using Replit? Why would I use Replit? I'm just going to vibe code Replit really quickly. Oh, why would I even use Cursor? I'm just going to use Cursor to make my own cursor and make $1 bajillion. Like, this premise is just fundamentally dumb, unless if you have a toddler's understanding of software engineering. Okay, I'm sorry for the crash. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just, I feel strongly about this because I genuinely get so many emails every week with people.
By the way, I like his microphone arm. Looks cool. Looks like it can be very flat down, that this one doesn't get so deep, so flat. It's like a big arch.
In an absolute panic because they think software engineering is gone in 3 months. And what have I done? I've just spent the last year trying to get good at something and now it's gone. And I feel like the people spreading this stuff, they're actively invested against the words they even say. So yeah, I'm a little bit triggered. But you know what? I think I actually know the real reason why Dario acquired Bun. Okay, this is kind of like cutting edge stuff. So, you know, you're probably not going to see a lot of this in the news, but if you go over and you look at open codes, you CLI tool Codex, you'll see right here that 96.9% of it's written in Rust. And if you look at Bun, almost 60% of it's written in Zig. I think these billionaires are playing some language games. Okay, OpenAI clearly cornering the market on Rust. Dario just bought a major position in Zig. Okay, these billionaires, they're playing games we don't even understand with the languages we love. I even heard that Windsurf is in talks with Phil C. The name is the Primogen. The two biggest problems in computer science is cache invalidation and pronouncing things. I've personally spent all day on Teams arguing whether it's SQL or Squeal. Well, I have great news for you. Today we have a company that solves both of these problems. Convex.
I'm pretty sure that's Convex.
I want to learn Zig, actually.
Out of my ad. Convex lets you ship your back end without a back end team. Its real-time database makes it easy to keep all of your queries up to date. Convex allows you to stop worrying about complicated SQL and untyped messes. Instead, you can embrace Convex's deep TypeScript integration with type completion and validation and database queries that are just...
Okay. I should stop that then. Yeah, Zig is great. Yeah, I know. I want to learn it, but maybe I thought like in the next few days on company time, I have time to upgrade my skills, basically learn something new. But I don't think Zig is like the companies we work for or we are going to work for, my employer. I think there's no Zig anywhere there. So probably I can't justify learning it on company time.
Pure, uncut TypeScript functions. Try Convex today in your language of choice. TypeScript, Python.
Yeah, also Ghosty in Zig and Westterm in Rust, right? I'm still on Westterm, by the way. I just tried out Ghosty, but I like the Lua configuration.
And even Rust. Visit convex.dev.
Wanted to respect the sponsor here and watch it till the end. This time I don't forget to like. I try to not forget. Okay. So what about the idea with watching a video of Sam? My keyboard wasn't laying where it should lay. There he is. Okay. On this account, I didn't watch many videos of you. I think just one, right? Yeah, here. Yeah, let's see. What sounds interesting here? Forget plugins. New IDE features with auto commands. Oh, auto commands are great. Price your new fuzzy finder with snacks. Okay, snacks. I haven't tried snacks. let's see what snacks is all about, right? But first, let me look in the chat. Yeah, there's always more to learn. And then you still have to have time to rise your setup, right? To configure a new Vim, to configure your shell, tmux, terminal. It's also so much time that goes there, can go there. You can limit it, of course, but it's also fun. Okay, let's see what this rise here is all about.
So I've been getting a couple of comments about this. I'm just going to show you how I made my snacks picker config. So the default is basically just the search on the left, preview on the right, and the search bars at the top. There is tons of layouts in here. So if we go through them, we got drop down, which is like this. So the files underneath, preview at the top, Ivy, it's at the bottom like this. This is similar to what I have, but I have my search at the bottom. Ivy split, preview is now taking up the whole screen.
Yeah. It's all right, Miguel. Cool that you had a look into this. Yeah, it's difficult to get people all around the world in the right time zone, I guess. But this is mostly like the only time I can stream right now on Wednesdays, and maybe on Fridays I could sometimes. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to try out these. Thanks for stopping by. I wanted to try out. There's this super chat feature, right? You can do some kind of goal setting here. Goal. Okay, let's just try this out. One super chat. All the colors. Timer is like 1 hour. I don't think someone will super chat, but let's try this. I'll stream Wednesday and Friday next week. We get a super chat here. Goal of 1. Start goal. Let's see how this works. Your goal is live. Cool. Okay. And I can see my goal. All right. Now at least I know how this works. Let's see if someone will actually post the super chats. Then we have 2 streams next week. But let's see what Sam configures here. So this is the Ivy layout, right?
At the top like that. There is select, which is similar to VS Code, I would say. So it's like this. There's telescope, which is, good old trusty telescope. Search at the bottom, preview on the right.
Oh my God. This is my first super chat ever. Woo! Thank you, Chris. That's great. I don't know what can I do. Can I heart this somehow? Yes. Wow. I should do this more often, maybe. Wow, that's great. So I can finally retire now, I guess. Okay, so 2 streams next week. I don't know if that was like probably YouTube takes most of this. It was not a good hourly salary, I guess. But thank you so much, Chris. Cool. Okay, now we know how goals work. And yeah, I'm a little bit flashed right now. Like, didn't think that would happen. Thank you.
So after you preview them all, if there's not one that tickles your fancy, or if there's one that's kind of like what you want, but not exactly how you want, here's how you do that. So if we search through the help and we go to snacks, picker, layouts, and if we go down to the Ivy, because that's the one that I like, and if we just grab this layout here, we'll yank that. And as you notice, this is the exact layout that the Ivy provides. But we're going to go custom. And then if we go to layouts, we can then define this custom layout to then be this one. I'm missing a comma. Okay.
Then you can customize it the way you want it, yeah. Nice. What color scheme is this, by the way, Sam? What you're using there? I'm still on Tokyo Night. I like it. I simply like it. I have it almost everywhere.
And now, if we restart and we search, we're going to get the ivy. Perfect.
Okay, so Prime inspired a little bit.
Now, if we just grab this input window here and we put it at the bottom and we restart, you're going to now notice that the input has moved to the bottom down here. You see that? Or if we take the preview out of there and we put the preview, I don't know, here, as you can see, everything's moving around. So you can make a literal custom config. You can make it look exactly how you want. So for example, I'll close this thing. To get the one that I like, this is kind of it. But it doesn't look the nicest because it's got like a random line at the bottom for no reason. So we can just change this border bottom to border top, restart. And there we go. We're kind of getting there. And then if I change these borders to rounded for both of these, and I restart, open again, as you can see, we got a nice little rounded thing.
Very cool. Thanks, Ramon. I will say Ramon. Thank you. Have a good night. I'm still using FCF Lua. I'm quite low on plugins right now. Not many. I don't use many plugins right now. I wanted to make a new Vim from scratch config video sometime in the future, but probably after the advent of Vim series, or maybe towards the end, something like that. Still have to decide on a bunch of plugins. I still didn't even configure DAP. I hadn't used a debugger in Vim until now. Oh, not until now, ever. I haven't. I simply haven't. Yeah. You can do so much with the default stuff. But yeah, if you want to have like IDE features like LSP and probably also a debugger is not bad to have, I guess. And a cool color scheme.
No. And then if I disable the border on here, which it goes around the whole thing, there we go. We got like two floating things now.
Yeah, I know. I made a video about that, Sam. Hadn't you seen that? Right?
And it's also a case as you can define a multiple custom.
Yeah, I will show you. Quick. I'm Marco Peluso. That's me. No. Oh, I'm live. That's great. Great. He's live. Let's search for LSP. Here. How to set up LSP natively in NewVim 0.11 plus. I recommend it. It's becoming my most viewed video, by the way. For the longest time, it is the most viewed video now. My first video was the most viewed for a long time. Like almost from the beginning. It's so crazy. I don't. Let's just finish your video first. Then maybe we'll have a quick script through this video. Yeah, it depends on the LSP also. Like I don't know. I haven't tried setting up Java, NewVim for Java and all the LSP stuff around that. But it sounds scary if you believe other people. Maybe I should try that, and hopefully on the next project I don't have to be in a VM on a Windows machine at work. can use my own computer here. Then if I know that, then I will try to set it up.
Layout. So if I want to define another one, which is like custom 2, and I want this to be the input on the top, for example. As you can see, the input's on the top here, like I just changed, but on my finding files, it's on the bottom. So you can have different layouts for every single picker if you want, and it's very easy to do. So yeah, hopefully you found that useful. I know a couple of you have been asking about this picker. This is how I achieved it.
And very smart, Sam. I always mess it up still. At the end of the videos, you don't have to say something like, okay, now bye-bye, the video is ending, blah, blah, blah. Because then all the viewers already are clicking off and the video will perform worse on YouTube, but I still do it. I don't know, it's like my thing at the end, saying, see you around and take care. Had it in the first one, and yeah, still do it like that. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at my first video. Just a quick look in there. Hi there. My name is Marco. In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your terminal app with Westterm, a really cool terminal emulator. It's so funny. I recorded this. I did so many takes on most of the things, and I thought, okay, this will never be a cohesive video, and I did literally, probably, I don't know if it's literally, but probably like 2 million cuts and pieced the sentences together in this video. Also, yeah, I had the cool microphone because I wanted to start this channel a few years ago, and I got this as a gift from my wife a few years ago, but I never started until last year. Last year? Yeah, about a year ago. We will be using Homebrew to install this. Okay, let's begin. This is a fresh install of macOS Sonoma. Let's bring up Terminal app. I'm gonna use Spotlight for that. I'm gonna make the text. Had some music back then. And yeah, let's just skip to the end. It's still my second most viewed video, by the way. As I told this before. And oh no, there's the outro, and it's like 2 minutes long almost. The drop-off rate on the YouTube statistics are so high on the end. So bad. If you're still watching this, thank you so much. This was my first video, and it was really awkward recording myself and talking to myself like this. Let's hope next time it'll be easier and a little bit more structured maybe. I'm planning on making a complete series on how to customize your macOS experience. My old aerospace setup here. Like tiling window managers, a custom status bar, tmarks, NeoVim, tutorials on all that kinds of areas. Cool command line tools, stuff like that. So I hope I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then hit the like button. If you really like this video, then subscribe also. I will put a link in the description below to a blog post with more. Oh yeah, and back then I also thought I will make a blog post for each and every video. But that takes so much time. I didn't do any after the first one here. Yeah, I need an editor also. Okay, but let's go back to Sam. Oh, you're at 2.4K already. Wow, you're growing crazy fast now. Nice. And you leveled up your thumbnail game big time. I'm still struggling with them. Need some design skills. Yeah. LSP with 5-tier setup. Okay, yeah, you've got some videos. Do you have something with setting up DAP. News one. Oh, yeah. I was scanning for DAP, not for debug. For debug. Okay, yeah, cool. I actually don't know how this works because I never tried this. And let's watch this together. Then I can ask you questions.
Today we're going to give you one less reason to jump into the IDE because we're going to get debugging working in NeoVim. Let's get into it. Okay, so this simple code is basically just a withdraw function. Imagine a bag.
Yeah. Mostly I'm not really coding that much apart from work right now. Mostly it's Lua in NeoVim right now. But yeah, a Java setup and the Kotlin is probably not really working, right? Or is there any good LSP for that? Yeah, he makes great videos. Yeah, so probably I will be using it for a little bit of TypeScript. Want to look at the new Angular versions for work.
Account. So we've got a balance here. And if the amount that someone's trying to withdraw is more than their balance, then we're going to throw an error. Otherwise, we're going to withdraw the amount from their balance. So very simple. Let's get a debugger working so we can walk through this function. Okay, so the first thing you'll need is an NVim DAP. This is the debug adapter protocol, which has been implemented for NeoVim, and it basically allows you to debug as long as you have the right adapter for your language. So we just scroll down here, and if you go to this debug adapter installation, you can follow the guide for any language. However, I do recommend that if your language is supported, you use one of the community.
Oh, so the developer of NVim DAP, he also does a lot of other plugins, right? Is he a NeoVim core maintainer also? I just saw he's on Codeberg, not on GitHub anymore. Also thinking about moving there.
Adapters that are already existing. If I go to the wiki, all no extensions here. As you can see, language specific ones, there's a debug adapter for Python, for Go, JavaScript, etc. You get.
Oh, that's not JavaScript, right? That's the Java thing, I guess. Eclipse. Oh, gives me nightmares. Eclipse.
The story. Okay, and you're going to want to add these lines to your config, so it's.
Yeah, that's why they called it JavaScript, right? Because they wanted to. Oh, yeah, I think so.
So the NVim
wanted to be similar to that.
DAP and the dependency along with the language adapter that you've chosen, and that's it. That's the configuration for Golang. Really simple. For another language, it might be a little more complicated.
Also, the video editing is getting better and better, right? Did you create the animation yourself? And what are you using for editing, Sam?
But obviously just follow the guides in the repo. But I know for Golang it is quite simple. And then if you just jump in to your project here, let's add a couple of breakpoints. So if we do :dap toggle breakpoint, we'll put one there, and we'll put one at the end here. I'm also put one in here, why not? So if you look in the sign column there, we have 3 B's, B for breakpoint, 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 breakpoint. As you can see, and if we run through this code, we should be able to hit these breakpoints.
Okay, I still work without plugins, but I'm not really editing that much for the daily videos because it takes too much time. Actually, this little animation thing you did there, did you pull it off in Fusion yourself?
We have 3 B's, B for breakpoint,
where you
breakpoint,
like this. Looks kind of familiar. I actually did something quite similar in a few of my videos, my earlier ones, I guess.
Breakpoint, as you can see. And if we run through this code, we should be able to hit these breakpoints like so. So if I just open up the test file and I go down to the withdraw.
Okay. Yeah, I just built it myself painfully, and I didn't have any clue how to do it. Just tried my best and watched some YouTube videos teaching DaVinci stuff.
Draw tests.
Do you actually use Go in your day job? Because I was also thinking about, I tried it out like a few years ago. But as I said, for my current job in the consulting, it's mostly Java, Spring Boot stuff here in Germany. So I don't think there's too much Go stuff going on.
Let's run withdrawing with a valid amount, for example. So if I do test run here for this test, and as you can see, we've hit the breakpoint. And if you look, we have a little arrow there.
Oh, thanks. It's. Oh, you mean Sam's? Or you mean mine? I don't know. This is Sketchy Bar. I'm on macOS. Okay. Yeah, I'm mostly last project was full stack, but the last 1.5 years was mainly backend stuff. Just a little bit Angular in the front end, but it's almost 1.5 years ago that I actively did something there. That's also why I want to fresh up a little bit on it. And yeah, Go it's cool. It was cool when I tried it out. I liked it, but I'm not really proficient in it. It's been so long.
Because that's where the break.
That's the thing. You can work. You can learn one of those things, the languages or frameworks, and work in it, and then you're pretty good at it. And I feel if I don't touch it or see it like a few years, then I forget everything about that. I just have to relearn it, or probably it'll come back a little bit easier. But I couldn't, from the top of my head, I couldn't write any Go yet. Now, I guess.
Breakpoint currently is. Perfect. So now let's have a look at some of these things we can do. So we can do dap eval. And if I do dap eval, let's say we want to see what the amount is. We can just type amount. If we write this file, and there we go. It now says 50. Similarly, if I want to check what the w.balance is, and write that file, and there we go. We got the w.balance. So I can debug the evaluations just like that with just basic nvim dap. And if we do dap continue now, it's going to hit the next breakpoint, which is here, and we can now check the balance. So what was it previously? It was 100 balance, and we minus 50, right?
Yeah. And also the ability to, the same as Bun, do like single binaries, right? You don't have to, you can distribute this easily and don't have to have much runtime stuff running and, I don't know, dynamic binding and stuff like that. Or JVM.
Right. So if I do dap eval now, and we type in w.balance now, we should see, oh yes, look. So the balance was previously 100, but now it's 50 because obviously we've minus 50. So we can really see how our functional works. Now, if we want to go a step further, we can try one where we know it fails. So if we were to withdraw when there's more than the amount, okay, and now we can see we've hit the breakpoint again. This time, let's have a little look. So if we do dap eval again, we write the file, we got 150, and let's check the w.balance, write the file, we got 100. So we're trying to withdraw 150, but we only got 100. So that means we're not going to hit this breakpoint this time. We should hit the error breakpoint. So let's just check that out. So if I close this, and I'll do dap continue, and as you can see, we have hit this breakpoint, just like that. So yeah.
It's quite nice. Do you use it in practice, because then probably you have this map to some key bindings, right?
Nice and easy. Now there's a way to level it up. So let's get another plugin. So what we're going to be using next is nvim-dap virtual text. Now what this does is can add virtual text of the values while your debugger is running. So if I just quickly jump over to the config here.
So that's basically inline text, probably. Yeah, like the SSP thingy, probably.
Add this in here, and then obviously we're going to need a setup function for this one. And then we just do .setup, just like so. And then if we jump back over to this config, we'll restart. Okay, and if we now run this, we should now get virtual text. And as you can see there, we have the balance there and the amount in the headers. Perfect. And similar, if we just do dap continue, we should now see the balances updated. As you can see in the header there, the balance changed from 100 to 50. So yeah, virtual text is a great one if you don't want to be doing the eval all the time. And then we're just going
to... Much better. Much more user-friendly.
I'm going to go into the next one, which is obviously a UI so that you don't have to do all this fiddling around. So it's up to you. I mean, some people prefer to have a full-blown UI. And if you want a full-blown UI, then you want nvim-dap UI. Basically what this does, it's sort of like it.
Oh, okay. So it really looks like you have these different, like a real debugger, like in IntelliJ or something like that.
IDE, so you've got your local variables there. You can view all your things, and it's got loads of different pretty windows. You know, it looks all nice. I personally prefer nvim-dap view, which basically just has a little pop-up, as you can see there at the bottom, and you can toggle through the menus that you want to see. But it's
that's pretty nice. I guess I'd prefer that one too.
Not as intrusive as, you know, this takes over your whole screen. Whereas this one, it's just like a little pop-up you can appear and disappear. So if I quickly try to set this up, we just need to add nvim-dap view in there. And then obviously I've got some key maps that I like to use. So I do DT to toggle it, toggle a pop-up. I do DB to toggle a breakpoint, DC to continue, and DW to watch a variable. And I'll show you how that comes into play in a minute. We'll hit the breakpoint, cool. And now if I do leader DT, as you can see, we now have a little menu at the bottom where we can view all the breakpoints.
Yeah, that's about what I thought you'd have in practice.
We can view the logs. We can view all sorts. So this REPL one is a cool one. So it's just basically like a console where you can interact with the tests. So if I do amount, and I send that, we get 150 because that's what the amount is. If I type balance,
it's like GDB.
We get 100.
I haven't written C in a long time, but it reminds me of that.
So you can query things if I do error, unable to value expression, because that doesn't exist. It's not a variable in the debug. Similarly, I can do watch things. So if I want to watch this, I'll do leader DW, which was my watch. Same with the w.balance, leader DW. And as you can see, we can watch these variables. Now we should, because we're watching it, we should see the balance go down to 50 down here when we continue the test. And as you can see, just like that. So yeah, I mean, you can imagine if you've got if you've got a very long function and there's lots of different variables, you want to watch what's going on, you can manually set which ones you want to watch. Or you can just use the scopes, which will give you all the variables anyway, the local variables. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Let me know, do you use debugging in your NeoVim setup? See you in the next video.
Very cool. Maybe I'll also set up the DAP, DAP, whatever, sometime soon. Okay, maybe I will watch probably a few other of your videos, but maybe not today anymore. Then we have to get a little bit of variety in here, right? So not only my videos and not only your videos. Any suggestion? Anyone? Oh, a Go 60 review. That's actually interesting. I would so like to have integrated touchpads in my Chocify. That's the I don't need all the extra keys here. I just need my 36, but I would like to have this integrated touchpad that I don't have to bring my trackpad or my mouse with me for times when I need to use the mouse. I still haven't tried out Kindavim or Mouseless. I bought Mouseless about a year ago, I think, but I haven't tried it out. Yeah, it's 24 minutes, but maybe we can skip a little bit through it. Oh, no. Wait a second. I'm not sure if I liked your video. I'm going back. Here. Like and subscribe, please. I have to think that I do that. Always forget. Okay. No, let's go
okay,
forward
today we're
again.
going to give you one.
There are hundreds, possibly thousands of different models of split ergonomic keyboards.
That's the dream here. The wall behind him with all these keyboards try out.
It's out there. So when a new keyboard comes out, it begs a question. How is this keyboard any different? This is MoErgo's newest keyboard, the Go 60.
Not really. I'm quite satisfied with this one. But yeah, as I said, I would like to have this kind of feature here in addition. And also I would like to have some kind of better way to carry this around. I just put this together right now and put it in the bag, but it's relatively thick. And also these battery things here, like where it's connected here, it's not in a very great position. Sometimes it gets in the way. I bought this pre-built because I didn't trust myself with soldering this stuff. Haven't soldered in my life. Didn't want to mess this up. So just cut away the number keys here and the outer column and maybe these three and then give me this board.
And despite the huge variety of options, the Go 60 actually fills a gap in the market. Like all keyboards, it's not perfect and it has its flaws.
Yeah, I actually don't have it in a hard case. I have this little tech pouch. I don't know. I should let Air sponsor me or something. All the stuff I show here. And I just disconnect my keyboard right now. I just put it together and I put it, probably you can't see it. You can't even see it here. I just put it in here. And it's relatively secure. And there's also my little mouse that comes in here. If I really need a mouse, like if you have to work with Miro or other board-like software at work, then a mouse comes in handy. Oh, that sounds like a great idea, but I wouldn't even know how to go about this. Marco branded merch, yes. Yeah, good idea. I just would need to learn lots of stuff how to do that. I mean, there are people that do that, and there are these guys that hi. I powered off my keyboard and I wondered why I couldn't type anymore. Okay, no, not there. Like KiCad, you need to do your own boards here, like with such a schematic thing, and do your own circuitry. It's interesting, and then you need to manage to get a manufacturer somehow, somewhere. I don't know. Maybe sometimes in the future, but maybe something that's not that complicated. But it's a good idea. I keep it in mind. Maybe if this takes off here and I have the time to invest the time to learn how to do this, then maybe.
Flaws, but it also has some unique features that make it stand out from the crowd. I've been using the Go 60 as my daily driver for
football is starting. Okay. And a cup of tea. Okay, then have fun watching your soccer, right? No, in the UK it's really called football. Okay, I'm not a big soccer slash football guy, but enjoy. And yeah, maybe see you next week, Wednesday and Friday. Not this Friday, but next week, Wednesday and Friday. Chris, you paid for it, so I hope you will be there also, and we will still watch a little bit further here, right? Okay, Sam, have fun.
For the last 4 weeks, and in this review, I'll be sharing my honest thoughts and opinions. And yes, MoErgo sent me this keyboard for the purpose of this review, but they are not sponsoring this video, no money exchange hands, and they did not see this video ahead of time. For some added context, MoErgo is mainly known for the Glove 80, an ultra ergonomic keyboard, which gets mentioned quite a bit on this channel, but there's really no comparison with the Go 60.
Yeah, that's the one feature I would like to try out is these key wells. It's also on this keyboard from Prime, right? Like the Kinesis Advantage called, I think. Or 360. Yeah. Like on this. I'd like to try this out one day. But on the other hand, if you just stick with these 36 keys, then it won't make that much of a difference, I guess. But like on the Glove 80, that's the closest. On the Glove 80, there are so much more keys, I guess, that can be quite comfortable.
These two keyboards have very different goals. While the Glove 80 is all about ergonomics, and it pulls that off very well, the Go 60 is all about having a portable keyboard that is still ergonomic. No one gets the Glove 80 thinking like, yeah, oh, this will be a great traveling keyboard for between home and the office. On the other hand, the Go 60, while not as ergonomic as the Glove 80, is far more portable, and it has the most compact and, in my opinion, ingenious solution for.
Okay. Yeah, I had the Wooting, the first HE60. I had it, but I never used it. I don't find time to game anymore. Like, also, that's why I got these headphones back in the day, because I wanted to have better sound to hear my enemies better. Like, back in the days.
For a travel case. I'm not particularly fond that it comes in yellow, but there's feature. Elegance and simplicity, and something I can't help but feel impressed by this compact and effective solution. However, it's not all perfect, which I'll discuss more.
But that should be quite not too difficult to print, even for keyboard like this. Well, but it doesn't have like an edge that sticks out. Have to design a complete case, I guess.
Later in the video, but there's nowhere on the case to put the tenting bars, and I'd wager the tenting bars are a must-have for people who might be interested in this keyboard. And if you get the palm rest, which
okay, that's not so cool with the tenting thing there. What do you game? What games? What kind of games? Like if you say Wooting, then probably also first-person shooters, right? Yeah, I'm also in the. I think the same way, like actively doing something in front of. Okay, flight sims also okay. Like if you actively do something in front of the display and not just sit there and like drift off almost. I think it's probably better, and I think it's also proven like gaming can improve your mental thing, like your brain function and your reflexes, and also if you're getting older and stuff like that. I also had a few years of extensive WoW. And I was into Unreal Tournament and Quake back in the day. Also Painkiller, but that nobody knows that probably anymore.
which are an additional cost, then the keyboard becomes even less travel friendly. That said, excluding the palm rests, which are intended more for a permanent workstation, this is a very compact travel setup. Next, I want to talk about the typing experience. This part is always hard to discuss because it's so dependent on personal preference. It'd be like if I left a glowing review of an ice cream shop, but only tasted my favorite flavor without trying the dozens of other options. That said, up to this point, I've tried my fair share of split.
He did try a lot of them. Yes. Okay, I don't know anything about the current state of WoW. I don't know when I last played it. Long time ago. Many years. Many moons.
Keyboards, and this one has one of the smoothest typing experiences of any that I've tried. This is mainly due to the silent linear cherry blossoms, a key switch that MoErgo developed in partnership with Kale.
Oh, that sounds nice.
I really like these switches because A, they feel great, and B, they are very light at only 30 gram forces, which is great for people who do a lot of typing. For a while there, I used the Linear Red Pros, another popular and light key switch, but the Cherry Blossoms, in my opinion, feel way better. If you prefer heavier switches but still want a smooth typing experience, MoErgo also offers the Plum Blossoms. These silent switches are also great for shared office environments where they won't disturb.
Okay, I've got in mine. I also have these choc switches. I have the Ambient Twilight, I guess. I just searched a few days ago for that because someone wanted to know. Okay, these are the Nocturnals. Yeah, they are even lighter. I tried these one out, but I made so many accidental key presses, I couldn't use the 20 gram force things. I'm at these 35 grams. And they are also very silent and pre-looped and feel very nice for like this kind of low profile switch. Yeah, I played it with IRL friends back in the day, and we had a nice guild. And yeah, but I definitely spent way too much time in there, and nowadays I just don't have the time for that, or I just don't wanna risk overdoing WoW again if I would start again. Like I started when it came out. Like there was like a public Korean beta or something where we started playing with some friends back then. Yeah, and 40-man raids or something like that. No raid finder and dungeon finder and something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to risk it. And I don't have too much time there. I just currently put all the free time in this channel, and otherwise there's my family, my little boy, and yeah, most of the time goes there. But sometime in the future, I will probably have some dedicated gaming time again. Yeah, we'll see about that. It is fun. It's fun, and it's growing right now. Like where am I right now? I'm like at 4K, a little bit of over 4K right now. But I guess to really pay off in dividends, I have to have many more viewers. At least if I don't have any product or something I sell. Like that's what I want to do. I want to do this Vim crash course. That will be a paid thing for people that want to support me, and not just that. It should be a great course, I hope. It will be hopefully a great course. But also like a way for people who want to support me, and probably it will make, if I get like 2 sales on $50 or something, I will have made more money than in 1.5 years here on YouTube with ad revenue. But okay, I'm not that long ago I became a partner here, but yeah, it's like 100, a little bit of 130 euros or something before tax. And your $2, I haven't counted them in yet. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I need to do. Well, that it's a nice idea. What kind of plugin? What kind of plugin? I need a plugin idea. Gonna eat a little bit of apple here. I'm not sure if I'm. I haven't looked at Newim's source code. I think most of it is C, right? It's on GitHub, right? Okay. Guess it was Newim. Like, where are the insights or something like that here? No, that's not where you see. Here, languages. Oh, it's Vim script. I really don't like that much Vim script. And it's a much C. Yeah, okay, but they ported a bunch to Lua. Yeah. Yeah, Wishkey is cool. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what problem I would solve right now. I haven't come across anything that I tried that I couldn't do without stuff that already exists right now. Maybe I need to experiment a little bit more with it. And also I think probably, I don't know, sponsor. Can you see the sponsors here? Open Collective. Maybe I should do something like a Patreon or something, but okay. Okay, at least some money is here. Is flowing in here. GitHub sponsors. 300K, but if you have engineers working here and you want to pay them like a competitive salary, then this money is not enough to do much, right? Without cheating and looking at the code. Okay, yeah. I don't know, maybe. You're giving me ideas of course, but also it's a time thing. But maybe I guess the first thing I will do is like finish this course. I already began working on it, and also like in the advent of Vim videos, I also already promoted it that it will hopefully come out this year. And let's see if people buy it. Yeah, and the other stuff I can maybe do on the side. Maybe. We'll see. And I'm gonna do more live chats with some goals that are more than one super chat. Can you also put super chats on videos or something like that? Like, I think I saw this somewhere, but I don't think on any of my videos. Hey, welcome back. See that? Oh, you can. You can do that here. Okay. So then it's activated for everything. I lost the video here. Go back here.
For people who do a lot of typing. For a while there,
Okay, so these switches were quite similar. I'm mostly interested in how the trackpads work, actually. The trackpads. Let's look at the trackpads.
So the track.
Oh, this is such a good idea. I also have these, not the exact same arms, but I have some arms. But it's not really easy to mount it on my chair here.
Trackpad is either the best or the worst feature of the
membership on YouTube for your course. How exactly? What exactly do you mean, or how would that work? I have these membership options already. Like, let's go to myself again. Maybe I should put a link somewhere. You can join here, and I just maybe I have to think about the levels here again. I have 2 members actually already, like one level 1 member and one level 3. But and you would think if you look at these prices that you get like what should I get out of this? I get I think 2 euros and something from people that pay $4.99 and $0.99, and the rest is taken by YouTube, I think. Yeah, member only content. Okay, I know what you mean now. Yeah, but probably it's not that bad anymore. I've seen that, and you get in your feed, you always see the members only videos, or at least a few weeks ago, I think it was more, and I found it annoying for myself, and I wouldn't want to spam people with that when they like watch YouTube. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, that's also a possibility. I was thinking about doing it on Gumroad. Gumroad, it's called, I guess. I can't type today. Like you can put some courses on here, and there are probably so many other platforms where you can do that. Because I'm not sure, like, as I said, I have these 2 members, and most of the money doesn't even reach me before taxes. So not sure if that's the best way to go. But yeah, it's a work in progress. Right now, the most important thing is finishing the first course and putting out more content, because I was like on and off the last year. And every time I'm posting stuff, then I see that more and more people at least subscribe. So first, most important thing is right now growing the channel, I guess.
This keyboard, depending on who you are. The dots on either
Let's look at the trackpads just for a short while.
side of the trackpad indicate the north-south direction of the sensor.
Oh. Okay. Wow. These live streams have a way. Thank you. UT Kaya. Kaya, I guess is your name, right? Cool. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Oh, these can I do here? Yeah, thanks so much. That's great. That's great. Thanks. Man, that's so great. I got my first super chat today and another channel member. That's so great. Maybe I have to do something else for the tiers. Like, what I will do is give a shout out to you all, to all of you, in the next. No, not in the next, because I already recorded the Advent of Vim for tomorrow. But in the video after that, I will make a shout out to all of you. And thank you again for that. And thanks for the feedback also. And yeah, that's. I mean, it's really, really fulfilling just seeing that people like what you do here. Yeah, like getting like a member, just one member more. It's like, I don't know. I can't describe the warm feeling in my heart right now. So thank you again. Okay, before I tear up here, I will start the video here again, okay?
When reaching over to use the trackpad, the fingers naturally align with the longer axis of up and down movement, so this orientation, to me, felt really good and really natural. Having used the integrated trackball on the Charybdis and the integrated trackpad on the Go 60, I won't hesitate to say that I prefer the trackball. However, an upside to the trackpad is it's more compact, and you don't have to worry about losing a trackball. The Go 60 uses a 40mm sensor, but the trackpad surface is actually slightly bigger at about 44mm. I would love to see MoErgo offer a trackball variant of the Go 60 in the future, but in its current form, a motivated user could do this as a mod. The trackpad surface is made.
Okay, I think trackballs are also cool, but the portability factor is real for me. I take this one everywhere. I can't really type on my normal keyboard. I can, but it's such a different experience with a different layout. I could also modify it with Kanata, like Link does it, I think. Linkazu. I hope I spell it right now. I don't like search. I just go to all the URLs directly. Oh, he's at 10K. Congratulations, Link. He's doing many interviews lately. Where does he do it? Like Kanata. Yeah, I could do it, but my... Okay, he has too many videos about that. Yes, he puts out so much content also. Yeah. Yeah, I also have this this glass trackpad. I take all. Oops, sorry. I hope that wasn't that loud. I take this also in this little bag here. Then I have this keyboard, the mouse, and the trackpad, and some wires, and some backup headphones here, like with some cable. If my battery dies on my Sony earpods. It's not earpods. It's, yeah, earplugs, whatever. Yeah, and then I have this little pouch that I take everywhere, basically. And I'm lost without them, without the keyboard. And yeah, the thinking was like use a different layout on this one and keep the muscle memory on a regular keyboard, because it's like different for my brain to be on this keyboard. But it works to a certain kind of degree, but I so seldomly use my internal keyboard anymore that every time I do that, I have an adjustment period. So I just take this keyboard, even if I'm like in the train or something, and put it put it on my laptop and use this instead. Like a real power nerd. I also have my roost stand that I bought like 10 years ago. I don't know, maybe I should get some sponsors here. Like all the stuff I'm using like forever. Oh, it's a new version already out here. I have the older version. But then I sit there, I put this thing, if I'm in the coffee shop or something, put this thing up there, like the MacBook, have this keyboard here laying there, and the trackpad, and look like a real power nerd. People always look, most of the time. Okay, the trackpads seem okayish so
made
far.
Of plastic. It's smooth, but the finger doesn't glide as well as it would on a glass surface.
Thiago, woo! Yeah, it is. Thiago, you're here. One of my earliest commenters on the channel. Oh, in the first video is always a comment of Thiago. I loved it. My first fan. We're watching the Glove 80 review of coding, if coding were natural right now. Mostly because I am interested in the integrated trackpads. Yeah. And also I've got an announcement to make for next week, because Chris Williams, I had a goal of a super chat here, like one super chat, and we reached the goal, and I have to stream 2 times next week, Wednesday and Friday. Yeah. In addition to the whole video series I'm putting up. And also I posted my first I'm walking outside and talk to the camera video this week. So it's so much new stuff this week for me. But it's really fun. It is. It's a challenge, but it's fun.
Especially for small, fine-grained movements that require high precision. This may be an unfair comparison, but next to the glass trackpad on my MacBook, there is absolutely no comparison. The MacBook's trackpad feels better by far. With the
Yes, I am.
Go 60's plastic surface, the friction is just right so that I occasionally experience little micro jitters or a stick slip motion, making it difficult to smoothly drag my finger, especially.
Yeah, I can imagine how this feels. And the glass trackpad of the Apple MacBooks and also the external one is really great. Best trackpad I ever used. Also the haptic, this haptic engine or whatever it's called, what's inside there is really cool. I miss that on every other laptop that doesn't have that.
Especially at slower speeds needed for high precision movements. It's like when you drag a finger along wet glass and make that funny noise, just on a much smaller scale.
That's a funny noise, yeah. I don't like it.
The fingertips are.
It's not as bad as scratching over the board in school, like a chalkboard.
Among the most nerve-dense parts of the human body and can easily notice small differences in surface quality. So I hope they are able to offer a glass surface as an upgrade in the future. It's not that the plastic surface is bad, it's just not great. Well, Ergo did.
It looked like the integrated trackpads were like a little bit concave, like not completely flat. Probably that's one of the reasons why having plastic there is easier than glass.
Note that,
and cheaper, probably much cheaper.
The sensor's hardware intentionally requires firm taps in order to prevent accidental clicks, but even so, I would hammer my finger down and it still wouldn't always register taps. However, I started having better success by increasing the hardware sensitivity level in the layout editor. This is different than mouse sensitivity, which changes how fast the cursor moves, whereas the hardware sensitivity level changes the response threshold for capacitive touch or input. However, this came with a trade-off of the trackpad sometimes acting too sensitive to the point that I can actually move the cursor simply by hovering my finger a millimeter or two above the trackpad surface. But your mileage will probably vary. When discussing with the folks at MoErgo, this hasn't been an issue for everyone, and it seems like factors such as the climate you live in will affect the sensor. One pro tip.
Like if you're in a very humid place, probably the air tends to be a little bit more inductive, right? Thiago, you would probably know that, I guess, with your electronics background. I'm not sure. It's not heat based, right? I think it's electric. How is it called? Capacitive thing. Like it detects current or voltage or something like that. But Thiago probably knows way more about that. Yeah, exactly.
For using the trackpad is to program a key on your non-dominant hand to be a left mouse click. This way, you can use your dominant hand to move the cursor with the trackpad while clicking with your non-dominant hand. This improvement alone makes a massive difference because clicking and dragging with the trackpad alone is kind of a nightmare. Of course, I have to mention that there are two trackpads, just in case you missed it. This is great news if you're left-handed, because let's be honest,
Oh, I thought one of those is probably for scrolling. That's what I would have imagined, at least. Also, this keyboard here doesn't have a trackpad, but it has like a mouse mode. Maybe you see my cursor there, but it's very imprecise. So it's really... I probably never use it because it's always easier to reach for a mouse if I need to click something. On those, I can't imagine because they seem too small to actually fit in two fingers, right? Comfortably. Looks like two fingers wouldn't fit there very well. Yeah, that could also be a way. Or you can dedicate. He will show us probably now a little bit more of the software on the software side. Probably you can dedicate one for scrolling. That's what I would have imagined, at least. Or press a different key to activate scroll mode or something like that.
Non-dominant hand. This improvement alone makes a massive difference because clicking and dragging with the trackpad alone is...
I also should full screen this. This is way better, right? Always forget that. Yeah, I see what you mean, but the thing is, you can have like sometimes you need to click, right? And yeah, I know there's stuff like Mouseless or kind of Vim or other software like that. But yeah, sometimes you just, if you don't have that and you need to click somewhere and you don't have a mouse with you, then I don't know. And sometimes it's really just easier to use a mouse for something. Yeah, I maybe I shouldn't say that here, but I also tend to use it like when scrolling here. I also had Vimium for a few months, but I haven't tried it in a few years. Maybe I should try it again and try Mouseless or something. But I guess sometimes you just need a pointing device. When you have like software like Miro or something like these virtual boards where you place sticky notes on, and you have these. If you work in some enterprise pricey thing, and then you can't live without a mouse, and so you wouldn't have to bring your mouse, at least. So that's the reason why I would like to have it. And for scrolling, I think scrolling would be probably nicer with this than with some keys.
Kind of a nightmare. Of course, I have to mention that there are 2 trackpads, just in case you missed it. This is great news if you're left-handed, because let's be honest, we live in a right-handed world. By default, the right trackpad is used for mouse movement and the left trackpad is used for scrolling up and down or left and right. But to be honest, I think I've been spoiled by how the Charybdis implements scrolling with only one trackball. On the Charybdis, you can enable the drag scroll mode with your non-dominant hand to instantly switch between cursor and scroll movements with the trackball.
Okay, so here on this Charybdis, you have to press another key, if I understand this correctly, and on the other board you just have these 2 different things for scrolling. Yeah, this is also a fine way, and also probably this trackball feels nicer, I think. I imagine. Maybe I should, but this is so big, I wouldn't carry this around. So no. I think I'll just stick with the Chocofire until something in this kind of form factor with maybe a trackpad or something like that comes around. Yeah. Yeah, also if you are like editing video, mouse is really useful. Also, although I try to use the keyboard as much as I can for that. But in different kind of situations, you're just more comfortable with the mouse.
This, in my opinion, is not only a better user experience, but is also more ergonomic. But you could always mimic this behavior through layers on the Go 60. The trackpad is sadly limited by the capabilities of ZMK's firmware, and to the uninitiated, ZMK and also QMK are open source keyboard firmware projects that power.
Yeah, ZMK is also running on this little thing here.
Most programmable keyboards. To my surprise, ZMK's support for pointing devices is not that great. It lacks features like being able to adjust the mouse acceleration curve or handle multi-touch gestures on trackpads, such as right-clicking with a 2-finger tap or 2-finger drag and scroll or multi-finger swipes. Granted, Windows, Linux, and macOS use different protocols for HID devices, and in true Apple fashion, theirs is not publicly available. But the real issue is that ZMK just doesn't implement these protocols, and it may not for the foreseeable future. So bringing it back around on whether the trackpad is either the best or worst feature of this keyboard, I see most people falling into one of 2 groups. In group 1 are those who expect to have a similar experience with this trackpad as the one built into their laptop and won't accept anything less. If you're in this group, then yeah,
yeah. I really wish I could just install Linux on this MacBook here, because the hardware is just so good. But I also would maybe today so much happened. Another member, I've got the super chat, people turning into the stream again. Maybe if I say framework, please send me a computer, a laptop. Maybe it will work, right? And then I can use that on the side. But also, and I can maybe try out if the battery concerns I have in my head are wrong. Yeah, there's Asahi, I know. Yes. No external monitors at all, right? I think. Night. Wife is going to bed. Was a rough night yesterday with the little one. Not much sleep. Yeah, and I think no external displays at all, right? I don't know though. I haven't looked into it for a while. And also, like, I heard that some kind of lead developers there were leaving. Yeah, but I'd like to have like the flexibility of the laptop. It's so nice to go somewhere else and work somewhere else, especially if you like just work from home, as I do most of the time, or if you have to travel to your clients or something like that. Must GPU driver. Drama. Okay, but did that have to do with Asahi? How is this pronounced? You can't help me with this because I can't hear you, but I don't know. Do you know, you read stuff in your head so many times and you pronounce it some kind of way, probably in your head, but if you want to, like, yes, Asahi, okay. Yeah, I find this so, it's a nice, interesting phenomenon. Like, you read it in your head and it's totally clear to you, and then you have to say it out loud, and it's you think, is this correct? Do I pronounce it in my head like this? Do you have this too?
Trackpad is probably going to be the worst feature for you and kind of a disappointment. On the other hand, the other group are those who just prefer the convenience of having an ergonomic and travel-friendly keyboard and are willing to accept some compromises for having that built-in pointing device. In either case, it's still kind of a win-win, because even if you don't like the trackpads, then you can just use the mouse that you're used to or your favorite trackball and still use the keyboard, because the keyboard itself it's an excellent keyboard. Now moving on to some firmware. And
yeah, but if this is so, yeah, he didn't say it's so bad, but that would be the main thing I'd like to have this keyboard for, to be honest. Oh, you can speak Japanese? Did you learn it? Or I wouldn't have imagined that Chris Williams is like a Japanese name, but could also be completely wrong. Oh, you took it in college. Cool. Have you been there? I had a coworker who lived there, and I didn't like for 2 years or something, and she also studied Japanese in college or something. It was like I'm not sure how it was called, the course or the curriculum or something. And then we went to a Japanese restaurant one time, like with the work group, and then a real Japanese restaurant with real only Japanese speaking people there. Like, and she just started to talk, and it just sounded so perfect. And I didn't know before that she could do that. That was so funny. I see. So you've never been there, but you like the food. Yeah. Okay. There are probably also many Japanese restaurants in your area.
Customization stuff. MoErgo's layout editor hasn't changed too much from what I remember back when I still use their layout editor, and sadly, it still does not have dark mode. That would be a really good macro. Despite its downsides,
it was so bright you could see through the sunglasses. Look at this. You can see his eyes through the sunglasses. But I don't think this comes from his monitor. Looks like a light you can turn off and on here.
Despite its downsides, it is a very capable layout editor. As one example, I have a very tailored preference for how I configure home row mods, which is impossible.
20 to 30 restaurants. Okay, like I'm living. I'm not living in a very big city. 20 to 30 restaurants sounds like about all the restaurants that are in the whole town area. And not Japanese. I mean, all kinds of restaurants. So you live in a big city?
To do in most layout editors. MoErgo actually nailed this in their editor, making it possible to easily gain fine-tuned control over tap timings and activation keys to achieve a really great experience with home row mods. Without these settings, it's really easy to accidentally activate home row mods during normal typing. But moving on, the flashing process itself still feels pretty dated. It's the same on the Glove 80 and pretty much every keyboard running ZMK and a whole host of keyboards running QMK, where you have to build the firmware, mount the keyboard, drag and drop the firmware onto the keyboard, and then, at least if you're on Mac OS, have that annoying notification that pops up you have to close every single time saying that.
It is so annoying. When I was playing around with ZMK firmware, this was so annoying.
The device was not ejected properly. All right, so some closing thoughts. This keyboard nails its primary goal.
In a dining destination, like people come to your town just for going to restaurants. That sounds cool. Sounds good, but also sounds dangerous for me because I would be eating out every day, probably.
Portable ergonomics. If you're looking for a split ergonomic keyboard that travels well, has wireless capability, and includes an integrated pointing device, then the Go 60 is arguably the best pre-built option on the market. At around $300, it is definitely shaping up to be one of the more affordable options within this niche. That
sounds so ridiculous. At about $300, it's a more affordable option. But yeah, it is expensive. This kind of stuff.
That's not cheap, but considering you're getting a split ergo keyboard with wireless capability, an integrated trackpad on both halves, tenting, and a very compact travel case, there's some real value here. Despite the limitations of the trackpad, overall, I think it's an awesome addition. Even if you still use a separate mouse, having a built-in trackpad is great for quick tasks like clicking links, scrolling through documentation, and general navigation. And it can come really handy in a pinch, such as if you forget to pack a mouse while hurrying out the door for work. I recently installed Linux on my gaming PC because I refused to upgrade to Windows 11, and I basically got the mouse movement for free in BIOS settings, which can, sometimes be a pain. The typing experience is genuinely excellent. The cherry blossom switches paired with the palm keycaps delivers that buttery smooth.
Yeah. Okay. It's not perfect. I won't pull the trigger. I'm satisfied with my setup actually. If I wouldn't have this dangling cable for the battery and a little bit better case, then it would be perfect with the pointing device integrated. But I can't live without it. Anyway, great video as always. I've seen a few of his older stuff. And yeah, everything is expensive these days. Yeah, I know. I should do that. We actually, at our office, we have a 3D printer we can use if you want to. But I didn't come around to learning this. It's so much. Always something to do, something to learn. I have like, I don't know, 30 books I want to read here. So many videos I have to make, the video course I have to finish. So much to do, so little time. I have to watch YouTube on my own stream so that I can watch some videos. Oh, you do? Yeah. You're also going the wireless route, and then you have to use ZMK, right? And ZMK is not as great as QMK with pointing devices, as far as I understand. Yeah, I read a little bit about it, but I'm not so deep. I actually wanted at first, like when I came across Ben Velak's first videos where he used ErgoGen or something to create all these keyboards. I wanted to design my own too, but then I just bought a pre-built one in the end. It's gasket mounted. A good sounding little keyboard that's almost unbelievable. Do you have some somewhere where you can show it? Have some pictures online or a video maybe? Yes, you do. That's exactly the point here. Like watching all the other YouTube videos and chatting a little bit. So it's a little bit different than our usual content. And it's not only Vim or terminal related stuff we're watching, but mostly. Before we watched some Vim videos from Sam, SM Natale. Yes. So Kaya, if you have something you can't link in the chat. I don't know how you can disable that. Sometime when I set up this channel in the beginning, channel settings. Somewhere I could set up that no one can paste links to prevent spam, but I don't know how I can disable this right now here on stream. My distro is actually macOS. I'm using macOS. It doesn't look like it because I'm using Sketchy Bar and Aerospace, like a tiling window manager for macOS. But yeah, Western, ZSH, Tmux. There's some. Yes, it is, but it's not a distro. Not a distro. That's the great thing. It's Unix based. Yeah, sorry. I just have this yeah, like, the hardware is so good, but I'd prefer Linux, to be honest. But I would love to have the combination of the Apple hardware with some free software on it, like Asahi. I hope it was a little bit better, Chris, than my first pronunciation. Yeah, and what else should I show you? I don't know. I have got like, oh no, I'm not in a container here. I'm a little bit afraid of showing too much. Like, who said that in an interview with Link? I don't know. Was it Tony? Some people that don't want to stream because they are afraid to like show some passwords or some stuff that shouldn't be publicly available. So I'm I don't know, I'm connecting to like that. You see my see that I'm using one password now. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, so now I'm in this container and now I could like open Vim. But it's all right. Cool. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good combination. The only bad thing is this closed source thing. Usually I'm using NeoVim, but this is Vim. Like for the last videos, for my last few videos, and for other videos before that, I'm using Vim. I'm currently focusing on fundamentals, not so many plugins, just using built-in stuff. Yeah, and that's the thing I'm focusing on right now. I don't know. Have you watched any Vim setup overview? Okay, like this is. Am I in the container? Sorry, I'm okay. You can see this setup is really simple because it's just it's my Vim-RC, right? I always get this wrong. It's just some few options here. It's just the TokuNet theme as the only plugin color scheme and some remaps. That's actually how I produce the last videos. And new Vim is also not that highly configured right now. Let's see. I'm using the current nightly setup build, and now here I have FZF Lua, so I could show you like my config files. Oh no, that are the built-ins. Like follow the links and that's everything I have. I have the mini status line, trail space, fidget, Mason, NeoTree, NVim LSP config, tree setter, oil, git signs, random markdown, which key, and FCF Lua. That's my whole Vim setup right now. NVim setup, new Vim. Yeah. And if you see like in color schemes here, I have this auto dark mode thingy. Why not Telescope? I actually used Telescope for a while and I found it to be nice. I just wanted to try something else, and since I use FZF almost everywhere else, I started using FZF Lua and it works pretty well. There are so many options. I don't know. I didn't try snacks. I didn't try mini picker or mini files or. Really? TJ doesn't use it anymore? Okay. I didn't know that. I think he doesn't actively develop new features, right? But someone told me on another stream, I think. Was it you, Chris, that he replied to you and fixed the bug for you? I don't know. Maybe we can have a look. What he uses, like TJ DeVries GitHub, and then let's look at his dot files, right? Repositories. He probably has some config nvim. Yeah, does he have something like Telescope? Lua custom Telescope. Yeah, doesn't have it in a plugin folder, but he seems to use it. At least he has some setup function here. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't get that. Sometimes it could have been that he doesn't use it anymore. I mean, it's no shame in if you develop something and something better comes along, or you don't want to maintain it anymore, or something like that, bro. Yeah, you got me. Kaya, you got me. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go offline in a few minutes because I still have to edit. It's not much editing, but I still have to edit the Advent of Vim video for tomorrow, and it's already 10 o'clock here, and yeah, I have to get up at 6 again. So Not much sleep today, but yeah, it's been really fun. Thanks again, Kaya. Thanks, Chris. Thanks everyone who's been here. Yeah, I'll let you finish the conversation a little bit then. Before, I don't know what happens if I close the stream here. Oh, Thiago, you're still here. I know it's a bad time it's like in the middle of the day, right? Where you are, for most of you probably. Thanks. Okay, Tamasa, is it all right? Tamasa, or how is it pronounced? Okay, like I'm gonna open up the top fans here. Top fans. Can I show this to you somehow? Can I? Let me see. I'm not a professional streamer yet. I don't. Yeah, that's top fans. Here you are. Chris Williams is at #1 currently. You got XP here. Oh, Tama, what? You're at 3? Have you been hiding here all along, or did you just write so much text in such a short amount of time? Yeah, thank you all. And I can see the chat like this. Oh, I can pop it out here. Cool. Let's do this. Also, there's something I use the mouse for because it just popped away. Okay. Oh no. My YouTube chat thingy just went away. Okay, now it's back. Use Nix. Yeah. Thanks again. Thanks, Thiago. And loquacious? Loquacious. What's loquacious? Yeah, I worked in VS Code. Okay, I don't know what happens, but I have to get offline. Sorry if this kills the chat. I don't know. But I'll be back next week, Wednesday and Friday, because of the goal that got hit. Woohoo! And yeah, thanks again. See you next week. Bye-bye. Yeah, can't wait. Maybe you can fight for #1 next week. Tamasa and Chris. And all the others, of course. Okay, now I'm really switching off here. See you around. And take care.